Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Adrian Somoza and this is Bond. And today we're going to talk about how to create the perfect typographic system. Typographic scales are different from typographic systems. If you didn't saw last video, then check it out where I talk in depth about this. From my experience, having too many variables in a system makes it difficult to maintain and ends up being all over the place. I've designed an entire platform for Adidas with 100+ screens using just 5 hierarchies. So let's see how to create the perfect typographic system, in my opinion, of course. Tip number 1, use a typographic scale. I recommend keeping it simple here. No need to go fancy and using a golden ratio scale or anything of that sort. The traditional typographic scale that comes with all programs like Sketch does, this one is more than enough, and I've used it for all my projects and it works super well. Tip number 2, stick to a maximum of 6 hierarchies. The fewer the choices you have, the easier it will be to make a hierarchy choice. Less is more here, so keeping it super simple will make your designs more sophisticated and timeless. When choosing the hierarchies, make sure you include a body copy hierarchy, like this one, a hierarchy for subtitles, like this one, and you can also use that for CTAs, 3 title hierarchies, so H1, H2, and H3, and an ornamental hierarchy, and that's what I call H0, and that's for big characters and words. Number 3, make each hierarchy obviously different from the rest. The number 1 law of aesthetics is clarity of intention. So be bold, be brave, make huge changes in size that are very obvious. A good rule of thumb is that each size should be at least double the size than the previous one. So take this as an example. If we have a paragraph in 14 pixels, then the H3 that will follow, it's more than double the size. And the H2 that follows, it's double the size. The H1 that follows is double the size. And of course the H0 that follows is more than double the size. Much more. So this is a good rule of thumb. Number 4, combine the hierarchies and see how they work together. Before committing to a system, make sure that you try different combinations of the hierarchies and see if they interact in a harmonious way. So I've done this for this Helvetica Neue typographic system, which again you can check in the links below if you're interested in buying it. It will save you a lot of time, I think, in creating one, and I've used it for a lot of projects, works super well. But here's an example of this typographic system in usage, and you can see, for example, this is an H1. This is an H0. Here's a subtitle, and I've used it for a CTA. I've made like a small character next to the big character. I've done number with a subtitle, paragraphs with subtitles, and titles and numbers, and try different combinations and see how they interact and see if they interact harmoniously. Number 5, resist the urge to add new sizes. It's sometimes easier to add new sizes than it is to maintain the ones that already exist in the system and make them work. But the result is visual weakness and inconsistency. So avoid the urge and be disciplined and maintain the system intact. So as I mentioned, we have created some typographic libraries for Sketch that we developed based on typographic systems I've used for 9 years, working for big companies like Adidas, Nike, and Red Bull. So if you're interested in checking them out, this is an example, and let me show you how they are composed. Here's the system at work. This is another example of how it looks at work. And here's a little bit of the inside the product. This is the color white hierarchies, and you can see we have H0 for big characters, H1, H2, H3, paragraph, and subtitles. And we also have left, centered, and right aligned and we also have three other colors. So we have Helvetica Neue, we have Arial, we have Garamond. We have several typographic systems developed into typographic libraries. If you're interested in checking them out, click the links below. And here are some examples of the typographic system, especially the Helvetica Neue in particular, in usage. These are beautiful designs made by my wife, and as you can see, the typographic system is very versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. It's very robust, and it really adapts to any type of art direction. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful and you learned something. If you liked it, click the thumbs up to know that you enjoy this content, and if you're interested in me doing more of this, please give it a thumbs up, and also let me know what else would you like to learn, or if you have any follow-up questions, please share it with someone that will find this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.